planetary restoration, to restore the planet. Well, we're going to do certain things around here, our property development. People actually come by. A guy come by today, and he left these about, it's a Quranic program. He left some before. It's about an exhibit, and he had left them over at the house before. He's part of the, look like Qadiani movement. Like the translation of Quran by Maulana Muhammad Ali, that book, The Religion of Islam. And they're here. They have some big centers around here, but he's the Imam in one of them. They got a huge center way out somewhere. But one of our Imams used to be from that community. Muhammad Abdullah, he's an Indo-Pakistani guy. He was from the Fiji Islands, and he used to be the head man in this country. He was alive during the time of Ghulam Ahmad, was supposed to be Mujaddid. See, they have two groups of, one group are Muslims, and the other group technically are not, because they're saying Ghulam Ahmad was a prophet. Okay. The other group, the ones that come by here, said he was a Mujaddid. The ones that Maulana Muhammad Ali and all those, if you see those Qurans and those books, in fact, in the Nation of Islam, we used to use that more than we did Yusuf Ali. That was the one group that says as Ghulam Ahmad was a prophet, then that means that they're out. But the group that says he was a Mujaddid, well, and that's the group that was by here. But we have to devise our own experience and our own history, and that's what we're doing. And technically, we have done that. We have set the stage for the participation that we want to make. And we're playing in the arena. We call it the arena of happiness. That's where we are. And those things about work and scheduling and doing things, that's where we're headed. So now, this post-traumatic growth helps you cope more easily with setbacks. You handle them better. We make the dua, O Allah, we seek thy refuge from anxiety and grief, lack of strength and laziness, anxiety. You have control over anxiety and you use it productively. You use anxiety. It's like having butterflies before a speech or something. Well, like they used to say in sales, you can have all the butterflies you want, as long as they fly in formation. Yep. Yeah, just. That's my first time hearing that. That's a. Yeah. You can have all the butterflies you want, as long as they fly in formation. Okay. We'll go past self-talk, but this is things that you do. See, look, these are simple things. Having a positive outlook on the future. Now, just remember, look at what we've been dealing with, say, in the last 10 years. Why would anybody have a positive outlook on life with all of that going on? because for us, it's the only alternative. And what we was dealing with before was worse than this. We wasn't having the same type of challenges, but when you don't know, hey man, when you don't know, that's a big deal. Not to know. And see, that first big period, even when we was doing East Oakland Enterprises and all of that, we was doing the right thing for that time and everything. But after we went through that period, we was more like now. We was settled. It was struggle. It wasn't too many surprises. And any surprises, you learn how to shape and fashion and form everything to fit where you're trying to go. Like having a sail on a boat. You set the sails, you can almost go anywhere you want. Just turn that sail this way and it'll carry you, if not direct, it'll carry you over that way and you just head on back this way. But it'll carry you forward. Okay. Self-confidence. Visualization. We use this word all the time. Resilience. For post-traumatic growth, resilience, they almost make them the same, but they're not the same, and we'll go through that in a minute, why they're not exactly the same. Post-traumatic growth refers to positive changes experienced as a result of adversity. Let me go over that again. Post-traumatic growth refers to positive changes experienced as a result of adversity. Adversity is what did this stuff. Adversity does it. And some people, they don't want to have adversity. No, adversity is one of the healthiest things you're going to have. Right? Striving or thriving beyond surviving. Resiliency after trauma. Developing a sense of opportunity. Other things, change in relationship. Stronger ties to the oppressed. What this stuff does, you notice all we ever talk about Yemen, we talk about Palestine. All we talk about, it gives you an affinity. Those are your relatives, the oppressed. You're not worried about all that other stuff. This stuff is real, okay? And it's real, and we've been dealing with it in a real way. Could you turn a little bit of heat back on? Is it a little chilly? I don't know. Post-traumatic growth refers to positive changes experienced as a result of adversity. Developing a sense of opportunity. You see opportunities everywhere. Change in relationships. And definitely increase in belief. Increase in belief. I was telling one of the brothers, I don't believe in Islam anymore. I know it's true. No, I don't believe in Allah. I know Allah exists. And that sounds kind of, because a believer is supposedly, believe, if you do it from a Christian way, belief without evidence. I believe that Christ was something. No, don't believe. We know that this couldn't work the way it's working without a creator. And you can see a reflection of the creator through creation. When he set things here, for us, there's things that some animals eat other animals and da 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 da, but that's the cycle of life. You know, that they're there and they live out their allotted time. And they roll with that. And everything is in balance. Everything is in balance. Okay. So if you went in a GM or Ford Motor Company and they had you went in there, they was sending rubber and plastic and all of that stuff in there, and out the other end comes an automobile, right? And the automobile has all the things that make it run perfectly and do certain things, right? And then you have an operator's manual. To operate it, you operate this car, change the oil, like we say, it's going to get you so much. You have expectations, okay? They used to have a demonstrator on the floor, like you could go drive. You want to see how the bends run up the hills, take corners. You drive that demonstrator, you know. The guy, of course, riding with you, but this is a demonstrator to show you how this, okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, and he gave us a book, hidayah, and a demonstrator. This is how this runs. This is how it operates. You want to get the best use out of life? Then there he is right there. Khana khuluquhul Quran. His akhlaq, his morality is a living Quran. You want to see the Quran walking and talking? Look at the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? It's alive. Okay. Okay. Resilience is a process. It's kind of helps you endure personal life crisis, what have you. But post-traumatic growth is the positive changes that occur during and after the crisis has passed. Okay, there's resilience over here. This is going to help you a little bit. But post-traumatic growth is the positive changes that occur during or after the crisis has passed. So during the process, you're evolving just for us, things like the physical assault. They had their money in their bank. You assault that man, and he's going to operate because that's the way them niggas is. They had it down. Look what happened with Imam Jamil. They say Imam Jamil, I know he didn't do it. They said they shot a guy down there just for something or other, And so they figured them niggas is alike. And then the people around will tell boss man, that guy, all you got to do is do da-da-da-da-da, and he'll lose it. He'll fall into, okay. Well, see, that's not true. It's not true at all. Because in expectation, if you already know that they've been using black people to fight and kill each other for decades, that you know that's one of the options. And then people that are not tough or anything like that, they're more like clowns. They are technically clowns. They look like clowns, they talk like clowns, they sound like clowns, they are clowns. Okay, so is supposed to be an insult, and you're big so and so, and from what they looked at and measured, when that guy was that, he wouldn't take that. He wouldn't even. He caught somebody that's thinking like that. He would. So that's what they're going off of. They leave out evolution and growth. So you scratch a nigga long enough and he's gonna do this. Scratch a nigga long enough and he's gonna chase one of them cutie pies. Well, they was scratching for 20 or 30. There's no Negro Imam ever did 15 years of celibacy with no sweat, not even, no nervous breakdown or nothing. He just was working, busy. He didn't want to be bothered because maybe they did enough of that before, whatever. But they were thinking, we run a few